Live from our news hub at the Desawe Kanda in Accra, this is Midday Live with me, Emmanuel Samani, coming up the headlines. In the bulletin this afternoon, Juabin Municipal Chief Executive nominee Alex Safu-Kantanka to appear before Special Prosecutor as investigations commence into allegations of bribery and corruption against him. Now, elsewhere in Africa, Malawian President Lazarus Chakwera asked citizens to take responsibility for country's development rather than always demanding it from politicians. Oh, remember, we're live on DSTV channel 279 all around the world on 3news.com and across the social media platforms at TV3 Ghana. Let's get to it now. As the Municipal Chief Executive nominee for jobbing in the Ashanti region, Alex Safu-Kantanka is expected to meet the Special Prosecutor, Kisia Jabing, over allegations of bribery and corruptions against him. Assembly members of jobbing for the second time rejected President's nominee, Alex Safu-Kantanka, after his first attempt failed. The nominee, after the second attempt, failed to obtain the required number of votes for confirmation, was seen in a viral video demanding monies he paid to the assembly members for their votes. Alex Safu-Kantanka was subsequently picked up by police for questioning after the video went viral. Again, the Special Prosecutor, Kisia Jabing, then wrote to the MCE nominee to appear before him for questioning today, Tuesday, November 8th. He was also giving an option to attend with a lawyer, and he expected to appear at 2:30 p.m. today, November 9, 2021. The Special Prosecutor in his letter indicated that his office has commenced investigations into allegations of corruption and corruption-related offenses, especially the corruption and intimidation in respect to a public election, particularly in reaction to Alex Safu-Kantanka's nomination and confirmation or otherwise as the Municipal Chief Executive of Juabin Municipality in the Ashanti region. Now let's go on phone and speak with the co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Adam Sinano. Adam, thanks for your time. Now, would you say that the Special Prosecutor has been swift in this particular incident? Hello, Adam, can you hear me?
What can I do?
Yes, I'm just saying that do you say or do you agree with me that the Special Prosecutor has been swift in inviting Juabin MCE nominee for investigation?
Do I agree with you that the Special Prosecutor has?
I just want to find out from you, do you think that the responsiveness about the Office of the Special Prosecutor?
Okay. Well, yes, we are happy that he's taking note of that video clip. I think it's a conclusive piece of evidence, not the kind we have had in the past, and so it gives us opportunity, especially as a prosecutor, to go to court and set a precedent. So I'm expecting that the engagement should lead to some court proceeding, and hopefully if the engagement is able to identify the other people who received money, we should be in for interesting times going ahead.
Also, do you see that the Special Prosecutor's fight against corruption has been rekindled? Do we see that going forward?
Sorry, right to that, the Special Prosecutor's fight is...
Can you hear me, Adam?
Yes, I missed the...
I just want to find out that... I'm talking about the fact that the fight against corruption, do you foresee that such of these moves has rekindled the fight against corruption?
Not necessarily. I mean, just this is a one-off. It's going to take a lot of work by him, and not just him. Government sensitivity and responsiveness to these issues is critical. I mean, we recently engaged with him, and we are concerned that the budgetary allocation for his office is far short of what that office needs to be up and doing in terms of prosecuting this fight. So it's going to take several other factors also being considered and dealt with for us to see that this fight is really back on track.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Edem Senano is the co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, speaking to us with regards to the Joabe Municipal Chief Executives being invited over for investigation by the Special Prosecutor. Now, away from that, the hopes of final year students of the Fuveme RC Basic School studying throughout their BEC hangs in the balance after ravaging tidal waves wrecked their classroom block. School authorities have had to close down the school until municipal educational authorities give a further directive. My colleague Komla Kuche was in Fuvome in the Angloga district and has come through with the following report.
Educational activities in the Anglo area has also been affected. Here we are. This is RCB that has a student population of about 230 pupils, and as a result, the very foundations of the classroom block very much exposed, and this has become a death trap. All of this is coming from just that 1.5 hour of tidal waves that area, and then the Keta area as well. Most of the students are here, they are not in class. I will engage the headmaster of the basic school, tell us the level of destruction and what this means for academic work.
You can see what is happening here yourself. The whole thing started last week. In the first place, this school was relocated to this side. Formerly, we were at
Well, you're still watching Midday Live. We have more news for you after this break. Please don't go away.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Thinking about constructing offices, a house, shop or multi-purpose building, build faster and cheaper with prefabricated building from Y&W Industry Limited. Take a look at these samples. 2-bedroom apartment with living area, shared toilets, bath and kitchen. Office space has working room, meeting area and washroom. Our prefab buildings can also be used for schools, factories, high-rise buildings or any purpose desired. The structure is made of hot-dip galvanized pipes with cement fiberboard walls, heat and sound insulated resin roofing sheets, special security doors, UPVC window, all from Y&W Industry. Major components are produced in the factory and assembled on site. Lifespan is 50 years, and so say bye to chasing masons and carpenters. Located on Accra Kaswa Highway opposite ECG transformer before the toll booth, and in Marble House Yard, South Industrial Area, adjacent Zenith Bank, or call 054 698 3633 or visit us at www.ywindustry.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at ywindustrygh.
Dear Mother Earth, I am a 7-year-old girl from Africa. The droughts and floods you are causing are hurting us. My mother says you are fighting back because us humans are destroying you. The world leaders have promised to do something in 10 years. Do you think you can wait?
The earth will not wait for us. This is why at Fair Trade Africa we believe that real change happens now. On behalf of 1.8 million farmers and their families whose livelihoods have been interrupted by climate change, we are urging world leaders to keep their promises, stand with us and commit to combat climate change now rather than later.
Did you hear the super exciting news?
What have you heard?
GoTV GoTV's going super.
Are you serious?
Bringing brand new, super awesome channels like Aqua Magic, Honey, Africa Magic Urban, Rock, Kicks, Boomerang, and WWE. All at a super cool price of only 99 cedis. Good. So, get GoTV super-sized new package. GoTV Super.
Franco Trading Enterprise. Phone papa fee and Franco say what you musu friend. Moi no pre TVs aya papa. TV aya smart. TV aya 4K. Essentially Android. Wakwa Fabia Primo. Say wo pay 32 inches TV. Another 40 and 43. Yeah, go Casapa aya 55 inches. Aya Android and essentially 4K. Umpewe na dia na upe. Franco Trading Enterprise. From papa any TV papa fee and
printers, pen drives, memory cards, hard drive, earpiece, chargers, phone cards.
Sometimes you just know that something ain't going good. Say to yourself, this ain't working for me. There be no shame in that, man.
Like when you don't got it?
Yeah, man, I mean, being smart means knowing when to stop. Know your limit.
So like knowing when to stop? Yeah, makes sense.
If it's not fun, choose to stop.
This advertisement is brought to you by Bet Power.
It's about to get more sporty. With a touch of super entertainment with your favorite stars.
And we play that bit and get a chance to play the football, which like a cruise.
While keeping you up to date with every trending issue in your world of sports on Warmer Plus.
But in comes Thomas Tuchel and everything changes. And when he said he wanted to be better than me, I was happy.
Let's keep it more sporty and super entertaining every Saturday on Warmer Plus, right here on TV3.
Welcome back. You're still watching Midday Live with me, Emmanuel Sama. Let's bring you some more stories. As last month, the main opposition, National Democratic Congress, made some allegations of some 1 million ballot papers printed in the December 2020 polls. The Electoral Commission, in response, called on the Ghana police to probe claims that the EC printed extra 1 million ballot papers, some of which were allegedly thumb-printed and stuffed in favor of the governing New Patriotic Party during the 2020 polls. Former President John Dramani Mahama, during his Greater Accra Regional Thank You Tour, says he welcomes the call for an investigation as long as it will be independent. Now, joining me in studio is my colleague Africa Kansei, a News Suisse anchor and the host of Sunrise Morning Show, to explain some of the intricacies of this particular issue. Thanks for joining me, Alfred. Now, always break it down for us. What brought about this issue in the first place?
First of all, the former President John Mahama made this comment first at the Western region when he was on the Western Regional Thank You Tour. He visited the chief of the area, made the point that, look, before the elections on the D-Day, December 7th, the Electoral Commission itself actually admitted that there had been a mistake in some of the printing of the ballot papers of over 1 million. And as a result, they were going to withdraw those ballot papers. Now, on the day of election, we saw reports. In fact, the media was on the ground. Questions were raised about some of them getting into certain constituencies being thumb-printed in favor of the NPP. When the former president made this comment in the Western region during the Thank You Tour, the Electoral Commission then held a press conference a few weeks ago asking that the police should invite him for a probe or investigate that claim by the Electoral Commission. That is not to say that they had denied that indeed there was some 1 million ballot papers that were actually printed, which they admitted that it was having some mistakes in there. So after that Electoral Commission's press conference saying that the police should step into the matter after the claim made by the former president in the Western Regional Tour, the NPP also held a press conference asking that the police should call the former president for an investigation. So this is how all of this started. And today, the former president making this particular call again during this Greater Accra Regional Tour that he started today.
Okay. Now, besides asking the police to investigate former President John Dramani Mahama, what else has these been saying in connection to these claims? I mean, they did indicate that they made a mistake, but what else have they been saying?
Well, the Electoral Commission earlier during that press conference, apart from calling for an investigation because of that statement by the former president in the Western region, they also asked that they want a probe. This is what the former president has been responding to, that with the probe, he wants an independent investigator. And he refers to the ECOWAS electoral body, that the Economic Community of West African States has an electoral body. He would rather have them come to investigate what happened because, in his view, he doesn't think that the Ghana Police Service is clothed with the independence to do that level of probe, that the independent probe that he's talking about. If the ECOWAS body steps in or any other independent investigator steps in to probe, he will make himself available and actually testify under oath. He made the point that he's also going to run away from testifying under oath, and he will be in the witness box to be able to prove the point that he made when he was in the Western region during that tour.
Okay, thank you so much for your time there, my colleague Alfred Akansa, bringing us to speed with regards to the tussle between the NDC and the Electoral Commission there. Now, the hopes of final year pupils of the Vome RC Basic School studying to write their BEC hangs in the balance after ravaging tidal waves wrecked their classroom block. School authorities have had to close down the school until municipal educational authorities give a further directive.
Educational activities in the Anglo area has also been affected. Here we are. This is Vome RC Basic School that has a student population of about 230 pupils, and this is the resultant of the level of devastation that you can see from the background. The very foundations of the classroom block very much exposed, and this has become a death trap. All of this is coming from just that 1.5 hour of tidal waves that ravaged the whole community along the coast of the Anglon area and part of the Ketu South area, and then the Keta area as well. Most of the students are here, they are not in class. I'll engage the headmaster of the basic school, tell us the level of destruction and what this means for academic work.
You can see what is happening here yourself. The whole thing started last week. In the first place, this school was relocated to this side. Formerly, we were at a place which is about 600 meters away to this place, current place now. And here, when we came, the sea is just about around 300 meters away from us. But if you see now, you see that it's just nearer to the, and causing the destruction. Yes. So when we are located, it's just about 6 years now. But this is what happened. We can no longer.
Previously, where you were, you faced similar challenges before you were relocated here.
Yeah. The same problem. It was a sea destruction that led us to this place.
And now you have been facing another reality of it again.
The same thing.
For you, what's going to be the way forward? The students cannot be in class under such circumstances as the building has become a death trap. Are you going to continue teaching them in this condition?
Oh, I don't have the power in my hand. My director is there. Last week, Thursday, she even came down here to observe the situation. But it was just yesterday when the whole thing came to this situation again. So I have to report to her. I don't have the power to close down the school myself.
So what are you going to do now? Since you don't have the power, are you going to continue learning and teaching of the students?
No, today the structure cannot accommodate the people. Therefore, teaching and learning cannot go at least for today. Yeah.
What sort of immediate assistance are you requiring?
Actually, how the situation is now, there is no other thing to do than to relocate the school again. But if you look around, the whole community is affected, and there is no other place where the school can be relocated to.
For you, how is this going to affect teaching and learning?
Please, as already we are all seeing, our schools are condemned. We don't have classroom which we are going to learn or study. We don't have exercise book because all of them are condemned. So we cannot have any enough book which to read or learn from it.
How is this going to affect you?
It affects me because I don't have classroom which I will learn or I will study from it.
What sort of appeal are you making to government and people who probably are seeing you now and would want to assist you?
We want here to help us to come and help us to do some of the classes which we used to learn. Yes.
The situation as it is now is quite dire because one, the headmaster says he doesn't have the power, and for now the classes is not going to go on. Let me engage the regional NADMO director, Mr. Azuma. This requires urgent attention. This is a school. The headmaster, you heard him. Sure. He's desperate for some support. He says that they were moved from somewhere to this place. This has happened again in just a span of 6 years. Sure. So relocating them is not the solution. What is the solution that NADMO sees?
From my point of view, the solution can only be a sea defense. The sea needs to be defensed so that this problem will stop.
Well, as it is now, help, the wish will come sooner than later. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, Fuveme.
Very worrying situation there. But meanwhile, the MP for Keta, Kwame Jolly Gakbe, says over 7,000 people in more than 15 communities have been displaced in the K2 South, Keta and Anglos constituencies. He questioned the Western House Minister's claims of works being done in the Blokusu and Salakope communities as he was speaking to my colleague Alfredo Kanse on Sunrise Morning Show on 3FM.
What is it trying to see? I can't even comprehend. You heard him. What are you talking about? You are talking about second phase of Sarakofa, Adina, and as I speak to you right now, Sarakofa is gone. There is no community there again.
Sarakofa is gone.
Yes, and then he's not abreast with the situation happening in the place. Because if really I mean there, you know, we only addressing Ketu South. We are talking about 3 constituencies.
So that community Sarakofa is not there.
It is not there. If you like, send your reporters there. I'm not coming to lie to the people of Ghana. We are truthful people, so we must be truthful to each other, not to come and blow hot air. Talk nicely and then nothing is happening. Let's be practical here. We are not going to entertain sweet talk this time. Now it's evidence-based politics we are going to do. If you mention it, let's go and fast check. So you can go there. Your reporters are there. Go and cross check. We need to be truthful. This can be an emergency situation. They have to declare state of community emergency over there.
State of community emergency.
It's happening there. Because when you look at the vote, it's very pathetic. People are homeless. Nobody is there for them, and then we have to. Food item, even shelter is a problem. Even this tidal wave happened almost about 3 months ago in the Ketu South area, and then there is a community called Sarakofa.
Now, some members of parliament have joined forces to call on government to secure funding for the construction of phase 2 of the sea defense wall along the coast of the Volta region. The comments comes 2 days after heavy tidal waves wreaked havoc in Ketu South and adjoining communities.
We did not receive any intervention either from NADMO nor from the central government, and people were made homeless, sleeping either in church building, and some people do not even have places to sleep. No, as it were, mattresses, nor blankets, nor any logistics given to these people. And as we speak now, nothing has gone to this community or to affected people in the community. Mr. Speaker, it is heartbreaking seeing my colleague, especially Honorable Jifa Gumashi, weeping yesterday calling on His Excellency the President to come to the aid of the people. In fact, she made it emphatically that she has made a statement on this floor. She has asked questions on this floor. And the Minister for Western Housing was there to witness it. But as of yesterday, not even the Minister of Western Housing, neither the Minister of Interior visited the people, leaving them, oh God, in the hands of the weather. With this, Mr. Speaker, I want to draw the attention of the House to quickly call for an intervention as a matter of urgency to the people of the three constituencies, the Ketu South constituency, the Keta constituency, and Anglo constituency, as a matter of urgency, so that the people can at least have a place to rest, have a place to prepare their meal, and also at least government should serve them a hot meal, something that can relieve them.
My voice to my colleague Honorable Bajira's statement. It's really a sad situation in those three constituencies, and it calls for immediate government intervention. Mr. Speaker, I listened to the news this morning. About 15 communities were affected, and from the news bulletin, NADMO had not visited those communities as at yesterday, what I heard on CTFM, which is not very good, Mr. Speaker. The tidal waves along the coastal belt, which is about 500 kilometers across this country, that is from the Anglo side of the country to Elubo, ought to be given the requisite attention, Mr. Speaker. I read today's Times and the graphic, and I read that the minister was making a pledge on behalf of government, that government will have to raise funds to complete the 8 kilometers of coastal sea defense or coastal protection within that entry. I know Amandi did the phase 1, and the phase 2 is about 8 kilometers, which has to be completed. So as a house, we call on government to take urgent steps to save life and property, and to look for the money.
Now, as discussions on climate change take steps, the conference in Glasgow, Scotland, Ghana continues to deal with the realities of a changing climate. My colleague Stanley Nido puts the spotlight on indiscriminate tree felling for commercial charcoal burning in northern Ghana.
Africa contributes less than 4% of the global greenhouse gas emission. However, the continent stands the risk of bearing the brunt of the world's super economies, such as China and India, largely dependent on coal for their electricity generation. In Ghana, the impact of climate change is visible everywhere. Floods, drought and tidal waves have impacted sections of the Ghanaian community. The team visited Wulugu, located in the West Mamprusi district of the Northeast region, touted as the charcoal hub of Ghana. Here, commercial charcoal burning is the second job creation venture after subsistence farming. Trees meant to protect the savanna ecological zone are cut for charcoal with impunity, thereby depleting some key tree species. Farmers and their livestock are already bearing the brunt of the weather as water crisis becomes dire during the harmattan. Water situation as a result of drought is widespread in northern Ghana as residents scoop water from unwholesome sources for consumption.
The deforestation that is ongoing around the area is actually having a negative impact on the productivity of our farmers because the rainfall pattern is very poor here.
Charcoal burners at Wulugu refuse to see the danger their activities pose to the environment. But what adaptation strategies has Ghana adopted to deal with the trend? At the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference in Glasgow, Scotland, President Akufo-Addo called for a balance between social, economic and environmental imperatives.
The African Development Bank has stated that the continent will need some $3 trillion United States dollars in mitigation and adaptation by 2030. How do we in Africa finance these commitments, especially as our socio-economic development continues, unfortunately, to be low?
Afforestation, which has proven to be one of the key interventions to the climate change phenomenon due to its tendency to absorb carbon deposits in the atmosphere, has not been given much attention. Traditional authorities in the Savannah region have taken on the fight to protect the environment. Ban on charcoal burning and sale in the region was imposed.
The Regional House of Chiefs still want to put on record that the ban on commercial charcoal burning and commercial fuel wood harvesting is still effective and on course.
Dr. Henry Kokofu is the chief executive for the Environmental Protection Agency.
The rosewood is finishing out. Now people are engaging themselves in other species for charcoal production, particularly the shea nut tree, and it's very, very dangerous to sit aloof for these shea nut trees to be cut. Another endangered species, the potential endangered species, has to do with the neem tree. Together with our sector minister, we'll be doing a paper to the government directing that neem trees are under protection, whilst efforts are being made to replant.
But charcoal burners in Wulugu and its environs continue to fell off trees with impunity. MP for Bosa South, Clement Apak, who hails from northern Ghana, has expressed concern with the cutting down of rosewood despite a ban.
Now I've said that, look, if we are willing to invest millions of Ghana cedis to plant new trees, why can't we equally invest even half of that to protect the trees that we already have?
Climate change, with its lingering devastating impact, requires all countries to contribute their quota to reduce the phenomenon while finding alternative to the charcoal burning business in Ghana.
Now, away from climate change issues, Kinky consumers in Tamale are lamenting over the high cost of their favorite food. Increase in the price of maize and other food items due to shortages are a cause of the rising food prices. My colleagues Komladom and Christopher Marco assesses the price of kinky balls in the central business town in the following report.
So there's been complaints about the increase in prices of maize and its products like kinky. Today we are in the central business town of Tamale to find out. Madam, c'est bon, c'est kinky, man. Le pompon à ta twist in street after that kinky. Me wa kweka karwana ma. So mo sem kade ma. So basically what this woman is saying is that a ball of kinky now, but as small as this one, is $2 and the other one, $3. What she's saying is that this, to be able to get herself satisfied, she will have to buy more of this so that she'll be okay. She has a family, and if she's buying for her family, she's buying many more to be able to feed her family. All right, so we are also here at Haji Aswad Food Complex to see for ourselves how much a ball of kinky costs. One is how much? 3 cedis. Okay, let me see. Let me see one. This 3 cedis. Then give me 2. Okay, give me fish one. The fish one is how much? Give me 3 cedis one. Okay, so give me the kinky. Give me. You put the cake. Take this. Put the kinky there. 2. Two. I want one. As you can see, a ball of kenkey is 3 cedis here. I intended buying one, but because the ball is too small for me, looking at my stomach, I'll have to take 2. That is why I've bought 2. So cost of living here when it comes to food is very high, even though this place is touted as the food basket.
Well, I can just do one, but of course, as you can see, the last time I bought kenkey back home in Accra, it cost some 1 cedi 50 pesos, 2 cedis, but here in the northern regional capital, Tamale, it's costing 3 cedis.
So, as you can see, I've just finished eating my 2 balls of kenkey. Even though I bought 2, this was still not enough for me because the kenkey appears to be much smaller than I anticipated.
Well, we have business news coming up shortly after this break. Please stay with us.
Aya woti ya wo be mem ana ya imo hyehyew wo sensu fitaa bi firi mu ba ugunso ntentem ana ya ugunso a ne moche woti ya wo sabi wa ya ase esese wo bobrim se bi ana wo prostate ana ho aba ha wo aya na onsa na ase wo na ya yetitiri waposo tutu wonante a na wa yedududu aya ase bibi ne na medium ebia na stroke yade na ebo wo kaye endpoint homeopathic clinic ewo nimdi ode beboa wo endpoint ewa Accra Spinters Road Shell Signboard Tema Committee 22 Koana So Hotel Echi Kumasi Crown Mabuya Angel School Complex Accra Day endpoint ewa Anaji Queen of Peace inside Anaji Police Station Echi Pe Techimine endpoint homeopathic clinic ewa Hensa and Just Bro Filling Station and the Dinshwenim endpoint homeopathic clinic ewa 0244 867 068
endpoint homeopathic. I'm free.
Wow! What more could you get from Ladies Fashion? My brothers and sisters, there's no need to travel a long way to buy your wedding gowns, dinner wears, your children's clothes, special suits, ladies' dresses, or handbags. Because when you come to Lydia's Fashion, we have everything in stock for you. And guess what? We do wholesale as well as retail. So hurry up. Come to Lydia's Fashion and we will serve you right. Lydia's Fashion. We are the best in fashion. Locate us at Accra, UTC, opposite Fidelity Bank, or call 024 118 2299.
Me and you, let's get to Ghana. Hey! Right. This is Ghana. You've come here to seek for greener pastures. Make it your worthwhile.
Any guinea fowl is Guinea. Guinea fowl? What to do with Guinea? It's just the name of the fowl. So Ghana jollof, what is it? Is it Nigerian beans?
What? You made before?
No. Help me!
Sometimes you just know that something ain't going good. You say to yourself, this ain't working for me. There be no shame in that, man.
Like when you don't got it?
Yeah, man, I mean, being smart means knowing when to stop. Know your limit.
So like knowing when to stop? Yeah, makes sense.
If it's not fun, choose to stop.
This advertisement is brought to you by Bet Power.
Do you want to be a star? Hey there, Metarex is here again. 16 contestants with 16 amazing performances every Sunday. And they need you to make them get closer to becoming the next global icon. Here is how. Dial *713*13#. Select the contestant you want to vote for. Select the amount of votes you want to buy. Follow the mobile money prompt and confirm payment. Or Download the TV3 Reality app from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Select the contestant you want to vote for, tap the vote button, select the amount of votes you want to buy. Follow the mobile money, card, Ghana QR or Hubtel prompt and confirm payment. And yes, you just voted for your favorite contestant and they are a step closer in making their dreams come true. MentorX, discovering the next global star. TV3 Mentor takes you higher. MentorX is brought to you by Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Mosquito Coil and Napa Foods, Sense Body Spray, Club, Better Malt, Tom Vita, Close Up, Geisha, Drugnet. Movies, music, fashion. Our structures and entertainment in general are the things important to us as an industry. We are inundated with the happenings of the entertainment industry every single day. And so every week, we discuss the growth and question where we fall short. We call out whom is responsible and put them to check, leaving no stone unturned.
You don't need to break the budget, but you can do a really good job by doing different kinds of video, adding to the music.
Don't just look at it and assume they went to the beach and they shot it, or it was a green screen and this was what happened. No.
We should focus on what is new and how we're moving forward. People will be educated as in how the system works. If you are not played on radio, forget about royalties. Number one.
We promote and applaud well-deserved ones on Simply Showbiz. Join us every Saturday with our experienced pundits on Simply Showbiz at 11 a.m. only on TV3.
Welcome back. Let's bring you some business news now, as the Ghana Private Road Transport Union will be reviewing transport fares today. While it is unclear whether it will be an upward or downward review, leadership of the union is unhappy about government's indifference towards their proposals on the removal of taxes on petroleum products. Abbas Ibrahim Moro speaks for the GPRTU.
We have a very good cause of the scrapping of some of the taxes and levies that we are requesting for. So there is total hardship in the country. We are not going to lift the bar so that we create more hardship. We've decided not to, because there are certain things which must be removed to reduce the final cost of the fuel price. So that is exactly what we are going to do. Somebody has said what we are going through with, at least within a month now. So if they decided not to bother, not to make any attempt, well, that is their right, fundamental right. We will also take our right as Ghanaians.
Meanwhile, some drivers are expecting an increase in transport fares ahead of GPRTU's announcement.
Because we expect the GPRT to ensure transport fare increase. We are struggling. Government must be sensitive to apply it. Times are hard.
There is hardship in the system. Government must intervene.
Price it's a Ghana adding too much. Say Oman Tifu and so not some two price no more. Yeah, na panya for time be complaining sir.
If they increase the fuel price and we do same with transport fares, passengers complain.
Yeah, you might not show. Okoto diesel say okoba kombape. Asa. This was Okoto. Oba point kusikabaka kete. Unde would says.
Taxes on petroleum products must be taken off, or hike in transport fares is inevitable.
It should be decreased or something to help some of us. We are just students here, and if it's decreased, it will help us. Because internship, the government is not paying you. You always have to move from your house to wherever you are working, from your own pocket. Maybe your mom will help, or maybe she won't help. So I just don't think it should be increased or maintained. It should just be decreased.
Now, ahead of the budget reading, government will not return to the International Monetary Fund, but the Eurobond market as a source of funding. This and many others will be the highlights of the 2022 budget, which the Finance Minister disclosed will be presented on November 15. Here's a report by George Quaining.
We've gone to the Eurobond market, I guess 4 out of the 5 years since we came. And so those are always alternatives that we consider. You can run, a budget deficit that does not make sense because then you compound the problem of inflation, etc. So we're going to take a hard look to see how best we can manage in the years ahead.
An area of great concern is the energy sector, especially the intermittent fuel hikes, which obviously translate into transport fares. And the minister is equally worried and has attributed that to the surge in global oil prices.
I think we reduced some of the build-up taxes. From the discussions that you hear from Saudi and OPEC and Co., I think they're going to hold on to restricting supply, which means that we're going to have this imported impact on our standards of living, which is a difficulty that we all have to try and find solutions to.
But should we expect some surprises on the 15th of November?
I don't think so. Clearly, I think the most important thing is really intervening on access to jobs and skill set and credit being made possible, and just the enablers to support that, to free people into enterprise.
That's it for business. We'll be back after this break with more. Don't go away.
It's Saturday morning, and this is a good time to catch up on all you've missed out on during your busy week. That is why every Saturday morning at 7 a.m., we take the time to delve into the key points to ensure you are adequately informed as a citizen. We break down the week's biggest stories with the right personalities. We ask the tough questions. We bring you the biggest interviews. We analyze the key issues and allow you to contribute to the discourse. Our job is to ensure that you are part and parcel of nation building. If it matters to you, you will get it here first. Join me, Jifa Bampo, each Saturday at 7 a.m. for the key points. Key points never miss a key moment.
The Key Points shows live every Saturday at 7 a.m. on TV3.
Good afternoon. Let's have some sports on Middle Life. My name is Kelvin Oswanta. Black Stars coach Milovan Rajevac has named 24 players for the trip to South Africa for the World Cup qualifier against Ethiopia. 15 players trained in Accra on Monday as the team initiated their preparations with a 5-1 win over Division 1 side Golden Kicks FC. The Stars trained on Tuesday morning and will leave this afternoon to Johannesburg. A win over Ethiopia and South Africa will secure Ghana a place in the playoffs for the World Cup. Now let's have a quick look at the squad. Jojo Wallacott, Lawrence Atizigi are the goalkeepers, with Manaf Nuruddin also in there. Well, we have that is in midfield Andre Ayew together with Jordan Ayew, the wingers Abdul Fattah Isahako as well as Kamaldeen Sulemana. In attack, Richmond Boachi Adom and then Caleb Kuban. In defense, we are missing the services of Jonathan Mensah, but Philemon Bafo, Baba Abdul Rahman and Muntari Kamaraheni, who is replacing Gideon Mensah, as well as Daniel Amate, are in the squad. Well, now the latest on Thomas Partey. Well, the Arsenal midfielder is going to miss the Black Stars game. Well, a final decision is yet to be taken on his availability for the game on Sunday. His injury is still being assessed, and the Arsenal midfielder may fly to the country later this week as Arsenal continue to monitor the progress of his injury. Well, Partey missed Arsenal's Premier League clash against Wolverhampton Wanderers on Sunday due to a groin injury. Arsenal won 1-0. Now back home to domestic football, and the Ghana Football Association has approved Tuesday, November 30, 2021 as the start of the preliminary round for the 2021-2022 MTN FA Cup. The knockout tournament, which is Ghana's oldest football cup competition, will enter the round of 64 from Tuesday, December 21st, 2021 to Monday, December 27, 2021. Well, the round of 32 will be played between the weekends of January 18 to 20th, that is 2022, and the round of 16 will be honored between the weekends of March 25th to 28th, 2022. Now the competition will also enter the quarterfinal stage during the weekend of April 12 and 13, whilst the semi-final will be played on May 12 and 15, 2022. The final is scheduled for Sunday, June 26, 2022 at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, the chairman for the MTN FA Cup Committee, Mr. Wilson Arthur, says this is going to be better than previous competitions left by him for the FA president.
The MTN FA Cup is the biggest tournament in Ghana, no doubt. It involves 110 clubs across the entire space of Ghana. It's the only tournament that takes the big clubs to your village, and it is always a festival. This year, we always build on. We inherited a solid product developed by the president himself, and we are working very hard to sustain the quality and the competitiveness. We are hoping that COVID, now that we have vaccines, there will be some relaxation so that we can have more people coming to stadia to enjoy the games. This year, trust me, we are going to have a fantastic season. MTN FA Cup is going to be as big as you can imagine. Prepare and be ready for it.
Well, that's it for sports on Midday Live. My name is Kelvin Owusu-Antan. Mano Somani has a lot more for you.
Thanks there, Kelvin. But up next, it's all the latest in international news.
Malawian President Lazarus Chakwera has asked each citizen to take responsibility for the country's development rather than always demanding it from the politicians. He said he had hundreds of messages on his phone from people asking him to run their families for them just because he's president, adding that MPs had similar messages from their constituents. The Malawian president asked citizens to implement plans at household level that were in line with the National Development Plan, which he was launching. He gave an example of the country's plan to improve productivity and commercialization of agriculture, which he said could not happen without fundamental changes at the household level. He said farmers had to think of diversifying the crops they grow and how they do it in order to improve the harvests. The African Union and the United States see a small window of opportunity to end fighting in Ethiopia, as the United Nations warned that the risk of Ethiopia spiraling into a widening civil war is only too real.
Well, Anita Kirk for standing by with all the latest in entertainment.
And in entertainment this afternoon, the case involving popular musician Shatta Wale and 3 others has been adjourned by an Accra High Court to December 7th, 2021. The 4 are standing trial for publication of false news. Osu Orai was in court and has the rest of the details.
SM boss Shatta Wale and 3 other key members of the Shatta movement clique, who are standing trial for spreading false news, appeared in court for the first time after being granted bail on October 26. State prosecutor Dennis Tepete told the court that investigations into the case have not been concluded, noting that the police is still after one more suspect to assist in its investigations, and prayed the court for additional time. One other contentious issue addressed in court today had to do with the confiscation of mobile phones belonging to the accused persons. Lead counsel for the accused persons, Jerry Avenogbo, argued that the confiscation of his client's phones by the police was unlawful, adding that their career and livelihood depend on the phones, hence they must be released. The prosecution objected to the plea, indicating that the police is yet to file a motion before the court to enable them to take their phones to the cybercrime unit for further search. Counsel for Shatawale, Jerry Avenogbo, however, disagreed, arguing that if the phones continue to be in the possession of the police, they might find some incriminating items which are currently not before the court and used against his clients. He further told the court that offense committed by his clients can be traced on social media, stressing that for the sake of fair justice, the court must order the police to release the phones to the accused persons. The court, presided over by His Lordship Emmanuel Isando, adjourned the case to December 7 after ruling that the phones must be given to their owners. Omada hitmaker AMG Medical was also in court. However, his case was not heard. Medical is also expected to reappear in court on December 7th. From the Accra High Court, this is Owusu Warai for TV3 News.
Away from that, vocal powerhouse and plus 233 signed singer Abiana has officially outdoored her debut 12-track album, Alimle Lala, with a live concert. The grand launch, according to Abiana's management, marks the beginning of an illustrious career that will see the singing sensation make a big impact with her brand and music. Super skilled songstress Abiana's album release concert was hugely attended. Top music executives, renowned music and business professionals graced the launch. The vocal powerhouse was a delight to watch as she took patrons through the enchanting repertoire on the body of work titled Alimle Lala. Staging a stellar performance, the VGMA Female Vocalist of the Year excited fans with songs like Hewale, Me and You, Amen, and Ebahi. The gifted singer, known for her phenomenal live performances, also got patrons grooving to tuneful songs like Merry Go Round, My House, and Sa. Abiana was at her artistic best on the night, proving her versatility with a breathtaking acoustic delivery. Seasoned music producers Nana Nyako Akayinsu Quantos and Jonas Bibi Hammond produced the works on the album.
You know, she is full of talent. I mean, I've never seen an artist like that. She wanted to be successful. She was on fire. So I'm very happy. Now we are going to present her in Europe. So this is just the beginning. Now she's going international. More is to be expected. More is to be expected.
Abiana is optimistic the album will catapult her to the next stage of her career.
I hope it's cross borders, reach a lot of people, that people will get to witness what Ghanaian music is.
Patrons, including legendary musician Jeduble Ambole, was highly impressed with the showmanship exhibited by Abiana. And that's it for entertainment this afternoon. Congratulations going out to Abiana. My name is Anita Kufu. Have a good afternoon.
And that's how we also wrap up with Midday Live from our news hub here at the Desawe Kanda in Accra. But of course, you can find more news when you log on to 3news.com. I am Emmanuel Samani. Take care of yourself and be well. Have a good afternoon.